let me hit record real quick. You know, the wings doesn't get on my case. So what I want to do tonight is again, jump right into how we pay for the subscription. Many of you may have already done yours. You might want to get a little refresher on it, how it works. I'm going to do it live here tonight. I'm going to pay my son's subscription, one of them, and we're going to do it live right here for you guys. And then, of course, I'm going to go into one specific thing that helps you get your 3, right? That allows you to have your subscription fee paid to you so you can pay for it. And essentially that's free, right? Getting 3 customers has a systematic process. And if you can master it and teach it to others, you can actually grow a humongous business alongside the Epic business model, right? So we're going to talk about that every single week too, how we actually go through the exposure process, edification, being available and being skilled at 3-way calls for your organization. And of course, the ability to bring that home and create a new team member to duplicate that. So let's show you guys my screen real quickly as I go right into how to renew your subscription. I'm going to do it live, okay, at our Epic back office. I probably should make sure I have, I'm going to do a 3-month subscription. So don't think I have all the Bitcoin in this wallet that I need, but I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. Because if you're using crypto.com and you haven't heard, they won't send less than 0.003 in Bitcoin. So that just means that you probably wouldn't be able to pay for that with a 1-month subscription with your crypto.com wallet. I hear the Cash App wallet and Coinbase will pay for 1-month subscription, but you can't do it from a crypto.com wallet, for those of you who didn't know. So let me buy a couple $100 more in Bitcoin real quick on my crypto.com wallet. That way I'll have enough to go ahead and do the 3-month subscription. So should be my son's right there already queued up. I'm going to pay a scholar fee, right? So 1 month, $134.99, doesn't receive any discount. But anything more than that, 2, 3, 6, or 12, you're getting a discount, man. And the 12-month is a huge discount, right? I would like to have my son paying his own subscription in 12 months. So that's why I'm going to pay it for 3 and let him build up his business and his ability to trade. I don't know why my Bitcoin wallet is not loading. Here we go. They don't want me to be great. Okay, so I'm going to do 3-month cycle. Go to the Bitcoin wallet where I will buy a little bit more than what I have. So that should give me plenty. All right, and 3 cycles, $303. I save $100. So essentially, I'm getting a free month for paying for 3 months. Uh-oh, I might have a new slogan, Mr. Allen. Pay for 3, get 1 free. Hey man, the world loves free, man. And you know, it's the #1 word in sales and marketing throughout history. So you guys will learn to use it to your advantage. So I purchased about $250. As you can see, I got enough now. So once I hit coin payments, this is how we pay with our Bitcoin wallet. Then I would go here and click on the Bitcoin selection for the coin that I'm using my payment option. Then when I click checkout, it'll give me a Bitcoin address. And Bitcoin, guys, is like sending an email. You can't send an email to someone if you don't have their email address. Well, you can't send them Bitcoin without a Bitcoin address, or Litecoin or Ethereum or any other cryptocurrency. It has to have a wallet address to be sent to, right? And it's always going to be compatible to the currency you're using. So you can't send Litecoin to a Bitcoin wallet. You can't send Bitcoin to an Ethereum wallet, right? But they're all going to be encrypted codes that look a lot like this. And this same address is encrypted, embedded in this barcode. So instead of me having to copy this and send it to my wallet, I can actually just go ahead click on my Bitcoin wallet and scan that barcode to send over the $303, and it will load that address directly into my wallet on my phone. So bear with me as I scan it. Okay, hang on, I gotta get it to my email. One of the things I love about crypto.com, by the way, guys, it is by far one of the most secure phone wallets that there been in the world that I've seen, because I've been hacked before. I won't say the name of the app that I got hacked on because you guys might be scared of them then, and they're still a safe wallet. It was just me being not safe. So I actually didn't have a 2FA, which is a two-factor authentication on that wallet. And I was actually logged into Yahoo. I'm sorry. I was logged into eBay or PayPal or some third-party site at the same time logged into my Coinbase account. So some hacker was hiding out on a site like PayPal, jumped into my phone while I was on both at the same time. So try not to be in more than one app when you're using your crypto wallets, right? Because you could have it compromised. Your phone can be compromised. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that trading, but it's still important. One of the things I do like about crypto.com, the wallet, is it's very secure. They use about 2 or 3 different two-factor authentications. So you'll have to go to your email every time you send in or receive you send a transaction. You want to buy more Bitcoin, you'd have to put in your code. So it's just a lot of security mechanisms that I like. So now I'm going to figure out the amount, right? So you always want to send the exact amount that they ask for, but the problem that most wallets incur is if you actually don't add the cost of the transaction fees that are incurred inside the network, you will actually not send enough money. And you'll get an email stating so from Coin Payments, the third-party payment processor. They'll tell you exactly what you need to pay to make up the difference. But I'm trying to actually send a little bit more, which I know will cover my fees. So the amount that they have to receive at Epic is 00619 in BTC. I'm going to send about 15 extra dollars, 15 to 20 extra bucks. Usually that's about what the transaction fees will cost. So let me put in a little extra here. All righty, and hopefully that will be enough. I'm gonna send 645, it's about 20 extra dollars, and it's gone. So I transferred it. It's gone. It'll probably show up into my. It'll show up paid, or I'll get an email confirming that it's been paid within the next 20 to 30 minutes. Bitcoin usually confirms in 10 minutes to 30 minutes as a confirmed payment. So that's exactly how you're going to actually do your renewals. For those of you who haven't done it or have some questions, it's really simple. You just got to have the Bitcoin already, right? I mean, I showed you how fast I could actually buy some and still be able to apply the payment, but yet and still you would rather have it already so you can know exactly, where you're going to make your transaction from, have the Bitcoin prepared, and then make the transaction as such. So hopefully you guys, let me jump in the chat real quick. I'm sure somebody has some questions. Yep, Dan said add a 0.0004. Actually, I think I added a little more than that, but I'm helping out the company. What do we do? So what do we do if we're not scanning the barcode? Okay, great question. What you can do is copy this address, because if you can't scan it, you'll copy that address into your wallet address that you're sending from. So say you're doing it from a secondary device that's here, you would have to copy this, right? Copy and paste it in an email to your phone or in a message to your phone, some kind of way. Send somebody a message, a loved one. I have friends and family. I send Bitcoin addresses to them all the time. They ask me, what is this? I said, it's just an address. I got to copy you real quick. Don't worry about it. Ignore it. But nevertheless, send it to the device or the Bitcoin wallet you're going to be using to send your transfer from, because that's the address that Coin Payments needs to receive to say you've paid. Okay. Right? So paste that into the receiving address where it's going, copy it from here, paste it where it's going to go. Many of you might be paying inside your laptop on the same device. So same thing happens. If you're in your Coinbase account here on your laptop or whatever device, right, you'll just copy it here and then go and paste it in your other wallet, whether it be Exodus, Coinbase, blockchain, whatever other wallet you're using, okay? So hopefully that answered that question. Oh yeah, for the crypto.com fee. Yes, sir. I didn't know it was going. I don't know exactly what it is. You say 0.004. I don't know. Did you see that somewhere, Mr. Allen? I don't know. I just always put extra $15 or so. But anyway, let me get into my last little bit, guys, and then we're gonna open up because I'm having a hard time getting the back of my driver's license scan. Can't go any further. So, Ms. Rivers, what we would do, and the beauty of having what, a family, a community, is you got people around you that'll help you. So Cash App your sponsor and say, hey, here's my money, pay my fee. Let's get online. I've been doing them for the last few weeks, helping people on Zoom. Of course, there's only one of me. So guys, get with your sponsor or upline, somebody that can help you get it done. Don't everybody call me to do it. It's hard enough trying to help the people I am helping, but it's so much easier if you guys can reach out to the leadership teams that are available to you. And then, of course, if your sponsor can't help you, just continue to go up, right? Up to the next person, until you find someone who can help you make your payment. We'll help Cash App, Zelle, you cash or whatever until you get acclimated enough to Bitcoin. And it's a learning process. I mean, I'll be honest, I was studying crypto for a couple of years before I ever invested in it. And the reason being, it was very new technology, and there were a lot of questions and speculation and people going to jail because, you know, of a new money system. And so I kind of laid off, but I was studying. And what I actually did once I got finished studying and realized what it was, I'll be honest, it took me about 6 months to understand how Bitcoin worked. And my background was in banking and finance. And it took me almost a year, half a year, to understand how the software code applies to the monetary system and what makes it real money or hard money. And so none of that really matters to you guys here tonight, because today we're looking at it take over the world. We're in a transition of our financial system. And these digital assets are not only real, they're being adopted by the largest institutions, some of the oldest institutions in the world. Financially, governments are obviously creating laws and legislation around it now. So it's full speed ahead and time for us to educate not just ourselves, but everybody around us. And guess what? You are in a pole position. You're in the best position ever to actually benefit and capitalize on this wealth wave, because you have teachers and educators pouring out every single day at Epic all of this information, and you get to carry that out to your tribe, your family and friends, so they can be educated and empowered as this wealth wave happens. Trillions of dollars. Now, trillions are already waiting on the sidelines, and we've got trillions and trillions and trillions to develop in this space. So that means we're going to create lots of millionaires in the millionaire march, and you can be one of them very easily. So again, enough about that. Let me just talk about how we build these teams, right? These systems are important. And I think I had it pulled up. I thought I did. Let me see where I actually went with that. Yeah, here we go. So this is called the exposure process. Now, if you want to actually get yourself to a position where you don't pay for your subscription, right? Then you just need 3 people who want to learn how to trade, or 3 people who love the value that we offer in cryptocurrency, right? Or who love the value of taking trade signals from our expert traders, because, you know, there's so much value in the Epic service. So all you need is 3, but you say, how do I get them? Well, you have all the tools at your very fingertips, right? The very first tool that you'll have is your Epic app. It's an app built right into your phone that gives you high quality content and videos, media that you can send to anybody you have in your phone, and a stranger immediately, if you just get a phone number and email, and share information about trading and not be a salesman. You don't have to actually convince or explain anything. You just share the videos that explain what Forex is, what trading is, and what Epic is all about. That is how we go about sharing this information with people. I'm gonna tell you what I did when I was a newbie. I had been groomed in sales because I was in banking professionally. And so I thought I could sell ice to an Eskimo. You heard the phrase, right? But what I was doing was I was turning people off because I was so overzealous and I was making everybody want my product. And I had no idea that there was a certain demographic, right, that needed my product more than me just trying to force feed everybody. So I was very frustrated in the beginning because I wanted everybody to hear what I had to offer, and I thought they were stupid or crazy for not participating, right? And I didn't understand that shouldn't be selling, I should be sorting. There's a huge difference, right? What does that mean? Sorting was so much different than selling for me that it changed my business. Now you're talking to a guy who had up until that point had probably done 7, 8, 10 different network marketing companies until I had my very first company that paid me any serious income. I'm talking $100 or more. And this particular company actually paid me hundreds of thousands of dollars because I adopted this system. What you're looking at right here created hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, not just for my household, but all of my friends who not only learned this skill, adopted it into their lifestyle, became it, right? And then began to teach it to other people. And now I see so many of them. I have hundreds of friends now who've made hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in this industry. And all of them, guys, use this exact same system for whatever product or service it was. It didn't really matter the product or service. The system is what made all the difference in the world, right? And so you want to get skilled at this, right? Of course, everyone knows you got to have some people to talk to, right? So you're going to start with your warm market, but you're going to get rich with strangers. Okay, so get ready to make new friends. Well, however you can. There's so many different ways to do that today. But start practicing with friends and family and people that you know, because those are the easiest people to get to give you their opinion. And we'll talk more about how to get people's opinion. Really, we're not salesmen. We just want people to know what we do and give us their feedback. If they like it, great. If they don't, we can have them what? Give us some friends or family who they know that might be interested, and they can refer, right? So when you become a professional, you stop selling and you start sorting through people who are interested. Now, how do you do that? You move them to first base with a third-party tool, and that's called piquing interest, right? And so your approach with piquing interest with warm market people should be very what? It should be very non-formal, right? Informal. It's because they're friends. Don't call your friends and say, Mr. Allen, how are you today, sir? Right? That's not normal. So be your natural self, right? Nobody loves you more than your friends and family. So just be you and don't try to be something you're not. Be authentic, but be passionate about what you're excited about, right? And so the third party tool should never be you explaining it. So that's why you're going to use the videos, right? You're going to use our Dr. Money Coach YouTube page for all the testimonies to be able to share information, our Saturday Q&As. All of these are great tools in your process of exposing people. The first one should be something related to Epic, right? That would be one of the videos on your Epic app. And that's first base. That's the first exposure. Now, if you know sales, if you've ever been involved in any type of business sales, you know that the average person doesn't actually make a purchase their first exposure, right? I wish I had the statistics in front of me, but I'm here to tell you that it's at least 4, right? You got to actually share the information 3 to 4 times before people actually join you. And the more pricey your product, right, the longer your sales cycle, right? So it might be a year. When I was in banking, it would take me a year, 18 months before I would acquire a small business customer, right? And that was okay. My bank actually thought 18 to 24 months was a great sales cycle. Just keep dripping and sharing information. And that's what first base is you dripping on your contacts so they can see some information. They go from not knowing to knowing what you're talking about and what you're doing and how it can benefit them. Now, what you do here is now you want to be a professional edifier, right? You want to actually sort through the people who are interested and sort out the people who aren't. Okay, so let me help you. My frustration was I didn't have any people who weren't interested. I bundled them all in. I said, you all want this, right? And that's what created my frustration and probably lost some friends in the process, right? So you don't want to be in the NFL, right? No friends left. Okay, so you want to actually just ask people their honest opinion. Hey, I got something I want to share with you. You can give me your feedback, right? That's pretty much everybody. Why? Because everybody wants to tell their opinion of something. They want to give their opinion. And of course, that's a great way for you to expose your business. But the edification process, I'm gonna tell you, the people who master this, right? They master building huge organizations because they always take it off of them, right? So when I tell you how great I am, guys, that's called bragging. But when Mr. Allen says it, it's edification, right? It's just speaking highly of somebody else, a person, place, or thing, right? Speaking highly of a person, place, or thing, edification. So you want to edify your expert, right? The person who has already had some success, because you might be brand new, you may have never done this before, and more importantly, your friends and family know you, right? I might have borrowed money from my brother or my sister or my cousin or my mom or my dad, right? So they're looking at me like, what do you mean wealth project? Opportunity, you owe me my 50 bucks, right? So you always want to have that third party expert to take it off of you, right? Because what you have with your contacts is trust. What we have is credibility. You want to marry those things, right? Because the connection, that triangle between you, your prospect, and the expert is they have the actual information and the credibility. You have the trust, and you want to bridge that together using this three-way process, this exposure process. So edification is simply you using the personality types. We'll talk about that another day, but it's really matching everybody up to whatever personality type they are, and you want to mirror that to your third-party expert. So what do I mean? So if I'm talking to my brother, who I know is a shark, right? A shark is someone who's very money motivated, straight talk, doesn't want a lot of fluff, doesn't have a lot of time, right? Those are your business people, your straightforward people, and your entrepreneurs, right? They want to get straight to the money. Money motivated people, sharks, right? So you want to stick to that personality type. You want to edify your expert as that personality type if that's who your prospect is, right? So Mr. Allen would be a shark. If I'm actually talking to a shark, I would certainly want to be edifying his shark skills. But Mr. Allen, I know, is skilled at this process. So guess what? I can actually three-way him with just about anybody because he knows to match the energy of the prospect, and I'll edify them as such. So I could say to Mr. Allen, hey, Mr. Allen, my friend here is an entrepreneur, very money motivated. Told him about your background, how you created success, not just in the industry of home-based businesses, but also in trading. And just wanted to get you on the phone and share your story, answer his questions, and maybe move him forward. If he likes, what he hears, right? So I'm going to edify Mr. Allen, but I want to edify the shark side, right? Because that's who I'm speaking to. But if I'm talking to my sister, right, who I know has no desire for money, she just loves helping people. Well, I'll edify Mr. Allen as someone who loves to help people. Why? Because that's what he does every Saturday. He's on the Q&A pouring out his information about trading and his heart and understanding of it, right? And answering all the questions as it pertains to Epic, right? What we do with the Coach Max 20 pips and dip strategy. And we don't deviate, right? We just actually edify the system. And so he's there to actually be that type of person who's what? Someone who's loving, caring, and wants to help people. The personality of what we would call a whale, right? Someone who loves to help people. And then you have the dolphin, the fun-loving person who says, somebody says party, they say win, right? They know everybody. They don't ever meet a stranger. That person is a dolphin, right? So when I edify Mr. Allen, this time I'm going to talk about, his dolphin personality, which might be probably the least of his personalities, right? But the fact of the matter is, I know the brother likes to have fun just like the rest of us. It might be surrounding, playing chess or something that, is still very competitive and challenges your brain, but he is still someone who likes to have fun. So I can edify that side of him and, of course, mirror match him with my prospect. And then there's the person who says, man, I need to know the details. I want to know the facts and the figures. Well, I can't find a better person, right, to give them as an urchin than Mr. Allen, right? So you want to match up. Look, I'm telling you, the best people are the ones who have 5, 6 different people to pull from when they have the certain personality type. You can't just call, Mr. Battle all the time for your 3-way calls, right? Because you might have somebody who doesn't really mesh with his personality or doesn't blend perfectly. Now, I know Mr. Battle would be a chameleon just like Mr. Allen because they're professionals, but you want to have the ability to pull from different personality types. That's why you want to be on these calls and be a part of our movement and part of our family, right? So you can actually meet the school teachers, meet the UPS drivers, meet the firemen. So you can mirror match these different personality types as you're growing your organization, right? Now, all the expert's job is to do is to move them to third base. That's where they actually see a full presentation. They see exactly all of the systems that we have to give them live signals to live trading sessions and the compensation plan on how they can not only get 3 and get paid, but get all the way to $1 million a month by teaching others to get 3, right? So that's exactly our job as experts, is not to sell or convince. So guess what? If your prospect is not wanting more information, don't do a 3-way call. Our job is not to try to, usher them into something or drag them into something that they're not interested in. It's your job to sort. So you don't get to second base with your expert until you've done your job properly sorting through people, right? And so if you're frustrated, you're probably frustrated because you're talking to the wrong people, those who aren't interested, right? And that's pretty important. So you want to find people who are looking, because I promise you there are people out there looking for you. You just got to go out there and find out who's looking. So our job, again, is to make the invitation, give them a live presentation, whether it be on Zoom, whether it be a full presentation that we have recorded. However you want to share the full vision, that's where we collect decisions, right? Our job is to move them to third base so we can collect the decision in or out, or who do you know, right? Say, hey, I'm in, I'm ready to get started, or I'm not ready, but I do know some people that might be interested in this, right? So as a professional, you don't care whether or not they join, right? You want them to, but your job is, again, to sort, because there are 3 out there, right? You just got to keep going till you get one. Then you got one and you teach them how to do the same thing, and you keep going till you get another, right? And that's just the process. And I've done that in every business I've ever built. Of course, the more I did it, the better I got at it. And then, of course, you become what they call a professional networker, someone who's made a full-time income and now can, create the same success in other people, right? So it takes some effort, but guys, it's so worth it. It's so worth it, because when people get started, what do? They duplicate the exact same process, right? They go into their warm market and begin to share the same system. And what happens is it all moves away from you, not just through 3 people, but then 30, then 300, then 3,000. And you wonder how it all happened. It all happened by you becoming a skilled professional, moving from employee to self-employed, right? Taking ownership, self-employed, taking ownership in your business, moving people around the exposure process so you can get to the B quadrant money, and of course the investment quadrant money. So appreciate everyone here tonight. I'm going to allow our leadership team to kind of chime in, and then we'll let you guys get off because I've gone a little longer than I wanted to. So let me open up to our leadership team and my partner first. Mr. Allen, I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, my brother. I know you had a lot to share in that rendition of the exposure process.
Oh yeah, and absolutely. And my fun-loving side is the weakest of the 4. So thank you for for letting me know that you pay attention. um, so, and this baseball diamond specifically, right? It is exactly how I got a chance to overcome my tribe being the high school dropout. That was my storyline years ago. And I was just in Philadelphia this weekend, and one of the people that I know, love, and trust, when we were talking about life and all the things that was going on, he said, by the way, how's that trading thing going? Are you still doing it? And that's one of the best things for your warm market, is for them to know you're still excited about it after their curiosity comes back around again. And so, but the first base that you were talking about, the thing that kind of stood out to me, and I was thinking, I saw Kim Gaines here, somebody else on our team, and I'm thinking about Alexis as I'm thinking about knowing this building. And I had, my mom, right? So Miss Janice group helped me raise me. I call her mom. She's seen me do a bunch of stuff, right? She was a part of she'll sign up just because I'm doing it so that I don't have to ask her twice. So she would be my 10 easiest. What you doing? Okay, I'll take one. Then I'll pay every month, just don't ask me no more. So she's that person to me. And so with this project, I didn't ask her to come support me, but I wanted her to know what I was doing because I was excited about it, right? And this is the thing. I let her know what I was doing. Then I asked her, who does she know that wanted to grow their money? And by going to that first base, I was going directly to her, but to get to her list, because she knows people that I don't know. She has credibility everywhere she goes. And so she has her son excited about something that her other son isn't doing. Her other son has a cheesesteak spot in North Carolina. So there's no contradiction, right? No conflict. So she says, okay, what do you got going on again? And I said, I help people learn how to grow their money. Then it just so happened, Miss Sherry Haygood and her are close friends. So as they got to do their peer talking, I got a chance to meet Miss Haygood because my mom knew what my business was. And so when I met Miss Haygood now, we're now indirectly friends immediately because we know somebody in common. So I started telling her about this amazing guy that I work with, Mr. Rambis. Then I played a 13-minute video that told his story, which is my first base tool, to Miss Sherry about what he has done inside of the process. So I took her to first base through a third-party tool. Then after that, I said, I can get you on the phone with him too, via Zoom. And then they got on the Zoom together. And although I do a charity Q&A, I have my own organization too. The baseball diamond was going to help Miss Sherry be effective in doing this process if she wanted to do business with us. And so her and Mr. Rambis talked, they did their thing. He sent her to a live presentation. She got started, and she did the same thing with her friends. We built the whole organization, not even from a cold market person. It was somebody that I knew didn't want to do the business, but I knew loved and cared about me. That they at least would tell other people that this is what he's doing. I don't know, just let y'all talk, and I'm gonna put y'all together, and that's it. So just if you get the chance to understand this baseball diamond or how each piece fits together, as you meet people in the marketplace, you can then put people when it fits, how it fits, and then walk it all the way along. And we do it as much as that is effective. And the other half of that reason is that it's the duplication style that the person is being done to have an automatic procedural process to be able to have the same success that you're looking to have, because we all have different levels of influence in our network. So I use the baseball diamond at a pause. I go to the people that I know have influence, and I don't want a yes or no from them because I'm gonna know you next year anyway. So I just want you to know what I'm doing and you to tell the people you know. So now I'm gonna say the same reason I didn't try to sell you, I'm not gonna try to sell your folks. So Mr. Ramos, my warm market, they gotta come and say, yeah, I wanna do it. Or I gotta say, you know what, Mom, Miss Sherry about to get started. It wouldn't be fair for me to put her in the system and not put you in. Have one of those conversations. I actually use the baseball diamond after I meet a person through a friend. So and then now the people that I know, like the guy that asked me how's it going, I trade. So I start talking about we got this going on. My homegirl, she just did this, and then so I start talking about everybody else's results in actual just the trading, which is our cheeseburger if we had a hamburger stand. So that's, sir, I just wanted to kind of hopefully add some different little pieces of dimension to it or how I use it. If I know you, we known each other for a long time, you know what I do, but I'm really always asking about the people you know. Hey, remember the guy from the time when we went to the party? What's his name? What, no, not him. The one that was funny, because he seemed like he know a lot of people. I want to give him this video. Can you give him this video for me? Which video? The video I gave you to give to the other person. You give it to that person now. I use my warm market as a referral source until it reaches out, because they work. I just found it worked for me easier. And I mean, I'm sorry that I didn't give them the opportunity as soon as I saw it. But their curiosity had to come and ask them, tell me more about it. So either way, sir, hope that helps. Hope to help somebody. Like I said, Miss Nona could talk about her meeting Alexis through her sister. Like, it's just a lot of ways this thing goes. But when it goes, it goes. It's just you trying to find somebody that you don't have to sell this to. That when they hear it, it's like a dog whistle. Like they've been waiting for it their whole life. Something just to be real. And that's what we got our hands on. And the best representation of that is just the Freedom Family movement. I work with a group of entrepreneurs to help other people win. You got to meet them. The tribe I run with want to make sure everybody eat, not just themselves. And then I started edifying the people. That's the Freedom Family movement. So anyway, sir, I'll turn it back over to you. I know we've been going for a while.
You know, I get excited on these things. I just keep thinking these t-shirts, like, you know, who's helping you get free? Like we got all kind of t-shirts, man, we can make up. We got a whole line. Like we got a Freedom Family clothing line. But yeah, I would love for Miss Nona, if you could share real quick before we close out, because we did a three-way just tonight. Like this is a great example. And the beauty of it, Miss Nona is not going to brag on herself, but I'm gonna brag on her real quick. And it's what called edification. This young lady's been working so hard on developing a marketing system, not just for her business. She's doing it so everyone on the Freedom Family can actually take advantage of it and help you grow your B quadrant side of your business, and developing real marketing systems around it. Not that what Epic isn't giving us isn't great. She's just got some real nuanced stuff to make it just that much greater. And a great example of that was used tonight, but guess what? She still stuck to her roots and the disciplines of edification. So, Miss Nona, if you don't mind, I love your t-shirt, by the way. You're just so stylish.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So kind of. Thank you.
yeah, pop your collar. So kind of share a little bit about what that experience today, because we did everything here, right? And I left you to allow her to see more information or get her closed out, but I think she was pretty much already ready to go. Go ahead and kind of share how that process, start to finish, how you met her and everything.
Okay. Well, how I met her is through Facebook. Actually, she was looking for me, but I have a separate page as it relates to how I share my Forex information. And so she was looking for me and did a Google search. Apparently, from her communication to me, was she was doing a search and came across me, and or let me say this. No, she probably was set up, but she didn't know it. But she was looking for something, and what she was looking for her too. So she ended up sending me a message, and we had a brief conversation over the phone. And the most important part was me listening to her and what it was that she wants. Because in sales, and again, we are actually selling, but sharing information. It's important that you listen to the party that you're talking to, because it's impossible to sell a person a car that's not in the market to buy a car. So I had to find out what she was looking for. And that takes listening. You have to listen to the person. And listening to her, sharing the information, when I found out what it was that she was looking for, like Mr. Rambis says, being able to connect that person with a like-minded individual, someone else that's a third party that could give some validation to what they saw, heard, or felt. Detected at your front door. My apologies for my doorbell. And that phone call. So apparently I'm being stalked, somebody at my house. At any rate, I wanted to basically just connect her with somebody else that I'm working with and allow her to get her questions answered. Though I had the answers to the questions that she asked, it was only pertinent to me to give her to somebody else to answer those questions, because I don't want her to feel like if she does introduce this information to somebody else in the future, that she has to be the person that has all of the information. So following this diamond is extremely important for your growth. And again, connecting with your partners, understanding that we're all here to help everybody to win. And again, that's even acknowledging her, finding out what her needs is, and that's a way to help her win. So, you know, we help about.
Hey, pause right there, Nona. Right there, just to pause real quick, just to pause to say that in your process of exposing her, guys, get this, you're training her. You get that? Because she's gonna turn around and say, oh, that's what you did to me. Yes, you told me to, watch the video. Then you brought in a third-party expert, even though I knew you knew the information, right? So that person is being trained on the proper activity as they're being introduced, right? And so it won't be foreign to them when they know that this is our system. They're being taught this is our system later on. Sorry.
Not a problem. Yes, so being able to stick to the system, no matter what levels you go through this thing, you always have to remember, even once you have the answer, that the answer doesn't always have to come from you. It can come from your upline, from your sideline, somebody else that's learning. Their experience could also be a way to help to gear someone else's attention, because new people, they have new, fresh ideas, just to give them the experience or the, I utilize Alexis, who's also on this call. Alexis was a young lady that I did not know, but came to me by way of conversation as well. But just in listening to her story and just sharing with this other individual that doesn't know me, but how we were able to collectively come together and utilize this structure and the support system that we have here inside the Freedom Family Movement, and being able to work together also made this woman more comfortable in what it was that we were sharing. So again, just utilizing this this diamond and understanding that to really gauge your network of partners that we have here that are really here to help us all win. Just utilize the information, you all. I hope I'm answering your questions.
I just wanted that experience, right? That experience, right?
Oh,
so
yeah. Okay.
That lady, she had the information. You edified me and brought me on board. I did what? I re-edified you. First thing I did was say, hey, you have picked the right one, baby. And that's just, you know what? Let me tell you something. Why that's so powerful, again, especially warm market, because they know you. So when you edify properly that third-party expert and you lift them up, they're now excited to hear about someone who's had success if you do your job right? Man, this dude is getting it in. This is somebody who's really somebody I need to know, right? And so when they hear from that person, and then that person does nothing but have glowing words for their cousin, their friend, their mother, their sister, their brother, right? That person that brought them onto the call, that expert now is going to re-edify you and give you all the credibility in the world to let them know that you're serious, right? And that you're somebody that they should be working with. And that's powerful. It's really extremely powerful, especially in your warm market, but even more so, probably even more when you're in your cold market, because people need to do three things. Anytime people join you or buy something from you, they got to know you, like you, or trust you. And usually it's in that order, right? So if they're buying from you, they got to know you, like you, and trust you. And it's your job to build that connection. That's what this process is. All psychology. This whole thing is psychological in the minds of the person you're presenting to, right? And so we keep the stage performance the same every time. We always want to do the process the same. They don't know that you've done the play 100 times, right? And we've run the script 1,000,000 times. We know this back and forwards, right? They're just being introduced to it, and we got to play our role. And then, of course, we got our two third base, and I'm sure she's joining the team, right, Nona?
Yes, sir. With all of this information, it's almost impossible for somebody not to want to join the team. Because again, one thing that she did share with me is that she was connected with a different trading experience. and she had questions that she could never get answers to. To know that you have support, which is extremely important when you're growing this business, that for one, you don't treat a person like they're just a number. If you make them feel like you're just out to just add them to your number equation, it makes a difference. So me calling her by her name, identifying her by her name, making her feel like she's an important part of this too, and also finding out what it is that she's looking to get out of this made a difference to her, because I listened to the fact that she didn't have support before. That was a big thing to her. She needed support. So you want to be able to bridge that gap of whatever, is missing, whatever they're finding a lack of, or whatever their need is. And that was important to me. So being able to do this edification process and sharing, going through this diamond, helped her immensely to just even have that type of a support system too.
Yeah, I say it all the time, you know, that you got to be crazy to leave the Freedom family. Like, you, to me.
He did tell her too.
I told her too, like, you can be crazy to leave this. We giving away more Bitcoin than most people own. Like, come on. You got to be crazy to leave this. And we just getting started. Appreciate you, Miss Nona Wings. Appreciate you, Mr. Allen. Appreciate the entire Freedom family. We love you all. We'll see you tomorrow night at the Crypto Q&A, 6:30, right here on the same Zoom at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Make sure you get your renewals in tonight, because remember, the checks come out on Monday. So if you haven't, make sure you get that done and help somebody else. Once you've secured your check, reach out to somebody and help them secure theirs. God bless you. God keep you. And we'll see you on the beaches, because we are the bank. Good night, everybody.